This is Channel of We Rebuilding We, another production by Roadblock Prod and GGCTV.
When it comes to safety and security, many people want to know if a particular area is safe or not. Mount Vernon, New York is no exception. As the fifth largest city in the state of New York, it is home to over 68,000 residents and is known for its vibrant culture and history. But is Mount Vernon safe? The chance of becoming a victim of either violent or property crime in Mount Vernon is 1 in 62. Based on FBI crime data, Mount Vernon is not one of the safest communities in America. Relative to New York, Mount Vernon has a crime rate that is higher than 89% of the state's cities and towns of all sizes. Mount Vernon, the most dangerous in Westchester County next door from the city of New York, should have been part of the 5 boroughs. Now let's talk about Hunts Point, located in the South Bronx. The district, known for its industrial past, is now infamous for its high crime rate. The area of Hunts Point has long been considered one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in New York City, with a reputation for gang activity, drug dealing, and violent crime. Worried about your safety in NYC? Get the facts on the riskiest neighborhoods. This way, you can make smart choices about where to stay, work, and hang out. From East New York to Mott Haven, here's a better look at the city's most dangerous areas in 2023. You have the right to feel secure. With the growing concerns about safety in New York City, NYC, this article provides an insight into the most dangerous neighborhoods in NYC in 2023. Through analyzing the crime rate, including homicides, sexual assault, and robbery, the neighborhoods of Hunts Point, Brownsville, Mott Haven, Bedford-Stuyvesant, Midtown, East Harlem, Fordham, Highbridge, Bushwick, and Tremont were found to be the most dangerous. Mott Haven, a neighborhood in the South Bronx, has earned its infamous reputation as one of the most dangerous areas in New York City. The high crime rates and prevalence of gang activity make Mott Haven a challenging place to live or visit. The community is predominantly low-income with a significant number of public housing projects. Drug trafficking and shootings are the most frequent criminal activities in Mott Haven. The police have continued to crack down on these activities, with some success. Despite the implementation of police strategies, the high crime rates remain a significant concern for law enforcement and residents. Mott Haven has some unique characteristics, such as its diverse cultures, particularly Puerto Rican heritage, which has left an indelible mark on the community. The neighborhood is also home to the historic Crotona Park, which has undergone a massive renovation in recent years. In the early 20th century, Mott Haven was a vibrant and prosperous area with a booming economy, particularly in the manufacturing industry. The Great Depression hit hard, and the neighborhood fell into decline. The population dwindled, leaving behind abandoned buildings and vacant lots. This decline set the stage for the rise of violence and crime, which still plagues the area today. Despite the challenges facing the community, there are plans to revitalize the neighborhood through various community-driven initiatives. Fordham, an area located in the Bronx borough of New York City, has been identified as one of the most hazardous neighborhoods in the city for the year 2023. As a densely populated region with high crime rates, Fordham poses a significant risk to its residents and visitors alike. This area is infamous for its series of criminal activities, including gang-related violence, robberies, and drug trafficking. The streets of Fordham are a hub for sinister activities, with incidents of gun violence and thefts on the rise. It is imperative to take necessary precautions while traversing through this neighborhood, especially during late hours. It is advisable to avoid traveling alone and take only well-lit and frequently traveled routes. Additionally, it is also essential to stay vigilant and aware of your surroundings at all times. Residents and visitors can also take the help of community organizations and police department assistance to ensure their safety in Fordham. These organizations provide valuable safety tips and offer support to individuals or groups experiencing any safety issues. Pro tip: it is always prudent to stay alert of any suspicious activity and take necessary precautions while traveling through hazardous neighborhoods like Fordham. Stay safe, and act smart. Highbridge is a neighborhood located in the western part of the Bronx borough, in New York City. The area is known for its high crime rates and poverty levels, with a sizable portion of the population struggling to make ends meet. The name Highbridge is derived from the High Bridge, a notable landmark that spans across the Harlem River and connects Manhattan to the Bronx. The neighborhood has a predominantly Hispanic population, with a mix of African Americans and other ethnic groups. It is one of the oldest and most densely populated areas in the Bronx, with many residents living in public housing complexes. Despite efforts to revitalize the area in recent years, High Bridge remains one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in New York City. It is worth noting that High Bridge has a rich cultural history and has produced several notable figures in music, sports, and literature. Puerto Rican poet Julia de Burgos, for example, spent a significant portion of her life in High Bridge. The area has also been the birthplace of several famous baseball players, including Manny Ramirez and Rico Petrocelli. Overall, High Bridge is a neighborhood that continues to face significant challenges, but its residents have a strong sense of community and a rich cultural heritage that should not be overlooked. Tremont is one of the most unsafe neighborhoods of New York City. Violent and property crimes are rampant, making it a less desirable and unsafe place to live. The crime rate in this area is alarmingly high compared to other parts of the city. Due to a lack of law enforcement and resources, the area remains vulnerable to criminal activities. Additionally, there is a high instance of drug usage and sales in this neighborhood, which further aggravates the situation. It is recommended that the local government should take drastic measures to combat the crime in this area. They should increase police patrols and allocate more funds towards surveillance equipment and community policing programs. Building more community centers and recreational facilities could also provide the youth with an outlet for positive activities, which could deter them from getting involved in criminal activities. Taking these steps could go a long way in securing the safety of the residents in this neighborhood and eventually make it a safer place for people to live. The neighborhood has a reputation for gang activity, and many residents have reported feeling unsafe. Brownsville has a history of poverty and neglect, making it challenging for the residents to break out of the cycle of crime. Despite efforts to improve conditions, Brownsville remains one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in NYC. Residents in Brownsville have reported a shortage of law enforcement officers, which has led to an increase in crime rates. The area is plagued by gang violence, and shootings and stabbings are common occurrences. According to recent statistics, crime rates in Brownsville are higher than in other parts of New York City. The majority of the crimes committed in the area are against property and individuals, including robbery and assault. Notably, Brownsville has seen a rise in gentrification, with new housing and businesses being established. However, the long-term residents feel threatened by the influx of wealthier individuals and the potential loss of their tight-knit community. One pro tip for visitors is to be mindful of their surroundings and avoid walking alone at night. In summary, Brownsville is a neighborhood that has struggled with poverty and crime for many years. Despite ongoing efforts to improve conditions, it remains a difficult area to live in and visit. Visitors should exercise caution while being respectful of the community and its residents. Bedford-Stuyvesant is a neighborhood located in Brooklyn that has experienced high crime rates in recent years. This area is known for its poverty and gang activity, which have contributed to the increased levels of violence and theft. In addition, the prevalence of drug use and illegal gun possession has also made it a dangerous place to live or visit. The residents of Bedford-Stuyvesant have been working to combat crime in their neighborhood, with community programs and increased police presence. However, the neighborhood remains a high-risk area, and visitors to this area should take precautions to stay safe. Avoiding walking alone at night and being aware of your surroundings can go a long way in preventing incidents. It's important to note that while Bedford-Stuyvesant has a notorious reputation, it's not all bad. The neighborhood has a rich history and culture, with many notable landmarks such as the historic Billie Holiday Theater and the Malcolm X Memorial Park. One resident shared a story of a recent incident where they were approached by a group of teenagers who demanded their wallet. The resident was able to defuse the situation by staying calm and offering to give them a small amount of money, which the teenagers accepted before walking away. This serves as a reminder that it's important to always be aware of your surroundings and be prepared to handle unexpected situations. Bushwick, located in Brooklyn, is known for its vibrant arts scene and diverse community. However, it has also been identified as one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in New York City. The area has a high crime rate, with incidents of robbery and assault being common. Additionally, the neighborhood has struggled with gang violence and drug-related crimes. To address these issues, the New York Police Department has implemented various initiatives to improve safety in the area. This includes increased police presence, community outreach programs, and partnerships with local businesses to help promote a safer environment. It is important to note that despite the challenges, Bushwick is home to many hard-working residents and small businesses who are working to improve the neighborhood and make it a safer place to live and visit. According to a report by the New York Times, as of 2021, the crime rate in Bushwick has decreased by nearly 24% compared to the previous year, a trend that is expected to continue with ongoing efforts to improve safety and community involvement. These areas are plagued with drug issues, prostitution, and property crimes, and have higher than average violent crime rates. Despite efforts by law enforcement and police precincts, the criminal rate remains high in these low-income areas. In fact, according to FBI, NYC has seen a surge in street crimes, including pickpocketing and theft. It is vital to exercise caution in these neighborhoods, especially in the absence of coffee shops or street lighting. To determine the most dangerous neighborhoods in New York City in 2023, a comprehensive analysis of the crime rate statistics was conducted. The methodology used for the analysis was based on the average crime rate, including assault rate, drug crimes, pickpocketing, and murder. Using this approach, we identified the neighborhoods with the highest frequency of reported crimes and ranked them accordingly. By accessing data from the NYPD crime database, we analyzed crime patterns in each neighborhood and determined the crime rate per 1,000 residents. The analysis also considered other factors such as demographic data and neighborhood history to get a more accurate representation of the crime rates in different areas. It is important to mention that the methodology applied in the study is subject to limitations, as the number of reported crimes is not necessarily a representation of the actual crime rate in a given neighborhood. Therefore, it is important to consider other factors such as underreported crimes and the reliability of the crime data used. In the past, some neighborhoods that were once considered as dangerous have seen significant improvements in their safety. For instance, Times Square has undergone a significant transformation in the past decade and has become one of the most tourist-friendly areas in the city. However, other neighborhoods continue to experience high crime rates, thereby making them less safe. The history of crime in New York City is long and well known. While the crime rate has gone down in recent years, some neighborhoods continue to experience a high incidence of crime. By using reliable data and best practices, we hope that this study can help people make informed decisions about their safety in different parts of the city. Brownsville is a neighborhood that has been consistently ranked among the most dangerous areas and cities in New York. The community is located in the eastern part of Brooklyn and is known for its high crime rate, particularly violent crimes. Midtown Manhattan, a bustling commercial and residential area in the heart of New York City, is a high-traffic neighborhood with a cosmopolitan feel. This district offers a range of attractions, such as museums, art galleries, and Broadway theaters. Midtown is also home to numerous corporate headquarters and financial institutions, making it a hub for business and commerce. On the downside, Midtown can be crowded and noisy, especially during rush hour, making it difficult to navigate. In recent years, there have been increasing concerns about the safety of tourists and residents in this area, with reports of theft, pickpocketing, and assault. Despite these challenges, Midtown remains a popular destination for visitors and business professionals alike. However, it is important to take precautions while in this area and be aware of your surroundings at all times. If you are planning a trip to New York City, don't miss out on the excitement and energy of Midtown. But be sure to take precautions and stay vigilant to ensure a safe and enjoyable visit. East Harlem is a neighborhood in New York City infamous for its high crime levels, making it one of the most dangerous areas to live in the city. The area has a high rate of violent crimes and property crimes, including mugging, burglaries, and drug-related offenses. Police reports indicate that drug dealing and gang-related activities are common occurrences in this neighborhood. The high levels of crime are most prevalent in areas such as Lexington Avenue, Park Avenue, and East 102nd Street, among others. Despite efforts to combat crime in East Harlem, it remains a challenging area to police. The neighborhood has a long history of gang-related violence and criminal activity that dates back decades and is still active to date. The neighborhood has undergone significant changes over the years, with many redevelopment projects in the pipeline. However, crime in East Harlem remains an ongoing issue that city officials continue to grapple with. To stay safe while in the area, visitors and residents are advised to take necessary precautions and be vigilant at all times. 2023, the report on the most dangerous neighborhoods in the tri-state, the areas that require attention. It is evident that several neighborhoods require intervention to improve safety and security. The data reveals that several factors contribute to the high crime rate in these areas. Addressing the root cause of these issues will help to reduce crime rates in the most dangerous neighborhoods in the tri-state of NYC. Implementing community policing strategies is one way to improve safety in these neighborhoods. Increased police presence will help to deter crime, and building trust between the police and the community will create a collaborative effort towards safer neighborhoods. Additionally, increasing opportunities for education and employment will provide a path for community members to improve their lives, reducing the likelihood of engaging in criminal activities. It's essential to consider the unique challenges faced by each neighborhood when designing interventions. Factors such as poverty, unemployment rates, and access to affordable housing require targeted attention. By implementing customized approaches, we can create a more effective response to improve safety and security in the most dangerous neighborhoods in the tri-state. Addressing issues of violence and crime in NYC requires the involvement of everyone in the community, including government officials, community leaders, and residents. By working collaboratively, we can address the root causes of crime and create safer neighborhoods.
This is Channel of We Rebuilding, another production by Roadblock Prod and GGCT.